Okay,
Mhm.
yes, I am taking Monday off work
Mhm.
to watch Wrestlemania.
Who's playing in
Okay,
WrestleMania?
who's playing? Okay, first of all, you don't play. All right,
Who's
you
acting?
you wrestle.
Who's that goth chick with like all the hectic makeup down here and is like really muscly that I see on TikTok?
Goth
And she
chick.
and she dresses like a bumblebee. Um,
What?
WWE
She dresses like a
goth
bumblebee.
chick.
Um,
Nah, I don't know. I'll have to send it to her. She's none of these people.
that's weird. Goth chick bumblebee.
Maybe it's like her. She doesn't dress like a bumblebee, but she wears like black and yellow. Um, yeah, no, she's not. She's not on Google Images.
I
I'll
have no
figure it out. I'll
idea,
get
but I
back to you
would
next.
love to see this woman in action.
Yeah, it's hectic. Her makeup is hectic. I'd like to start off this episode with I have a confession to make.
Please.
Ben's calling me right now.
What's what? What? Why? Why, Mike?
They're jesters, and I've warned them before.
Oh.
What's this guy? What's this guy want? Yeah, sorry, distracted. Yeah, they're jesters. I'm out of comfy pants, so I'm wearing the St. George Illawarra pants.
Disgraceful.
We're
After
actually
they
not.
beat our boys in round two.
Yeah, that's right. But we're gonna get revenge. We're gonna get revenge. Why is Ben calling you as well?
No, just you. He's probably got FOMO.
Yeah, he absolutely does. If he calls you, we'll know it's an emergency. So yeah, they're really not that comfy either. They're last year's. I got them for Jess as like with her Christmas present. I wrapped the phone up in these. So when she opened her Christmas present, she thought she was getting Illawarra
That's
pants,
right.
but it was actually a phone inside. So now they're mine.
That's genius. You just gifted yourself.
Yeah, they smell like wooden spoon.
Yeah, smell like failure, I bet.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Just the Tip. As you can see, Ben's not with us tonight. We pushed it back a day. So because he's going to be in Bali, he was flying yesterday, and we pushed it back to Wednesday so we could have an episode from Bali.
He requested it.
And then this afternoon he told us that he's not gonna be here. And I think if anything encapsulates working with Ben, it's that. Like that is what it's like. We moved the day for him, and then he tells us on the day that he can't do it. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
And you have no idea. Like, what do you think the percentage chance is? We've got enough data to actually put the stats together. How often does this or something similar to this happen? I reckon it happens, I want to say like 40 to 45% of all videos.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good bet. I was thinking more of like errors in a game, like who fucks up an episode more, Ben, or does Cody Walker make more errors in a game? Like,
it's another good question.
Is Ben the Cody Walker of this podcast? Potentially. They look similar.
He's not the angriest. I think you're the angriest.
Okay, I'll take that. I'm the Dennis.
Yeah, you're definitely the Dennis. And he's definitely the Charlie. There's no question about that. And I'm the Mac.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll give you Mac. Yeah, he really wants something from us. Let's get into it. Let's get into accountability for last week, unless you've got anything else to touch on. Any news, any housekeeping?
No other housekeeping. Let's get into let's get into a recap. I will say I don't know exactly how many times Ben backflipped last round. I'll put the score up on the screen now. I just need to do my research on that. But I'm pretty sure it's at least one that he backflipped on.
Yeah, for sure. He took the Rabbitohs, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he had the Raiders. Or nah, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Each week is a blur to me. All right, so we were more or less all on para except for Axel and Lachlan, who got up a few spaces. Matt, you and I are in 7th and 8th. How the fuck did that happen? I feel like you and I were in first place.
Yeah, it was last 2 weeks I've just been slipping and sliding away. It was the Manly tip done me in this week.
It's greasy. Yeah, me too. We were all on the Storm. We were thankfully all on the Broncos, despite me trying to make people flip in the chat. Although Brooke Lindsay and Tristan, knee fucking chance, had the Dolphins. Sucks about Sean O'Sullivan, to be honest. He's going to be out for ages.
Yeah, it's a blow.
That's a huge blow. Next, we were all on the Cowboys. They beat the Titans. I was down the pub for that one. I was at the pub in like the little section where they weren't playing the AFL. I had to ask for the NRL to be put on the TV. And I was just surrounded by like maybe 7 Cowboys fans. And they kicked us out after halftime. They were like, okay, we've got a function in here. You guys got to get out.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to go watch it outside. You and I were on the Manly. Manly should have won that game.
Should have.
It was bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. They gave it to Rabbitohs because one of their former players dies. We were no, Jeffrey was on the Bulldogs, and Mitchell was on the Bulldogs. Sucks to be them. You ever heard of a guy called Sean O'Sullivan? He's the best rugby league player this year. He's going to win every game. Don't worry about it.
Sean Johnson?
Yeah, Sean Johnson. Sorry, edit that out. You ever heard of Sean Johnson? Now edit that and then put it back into the part before, please.
No.
Too many Seans.
But yeah, Sean Johnson's on fucking fire.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
Good for him.
I think was Cameron Ciraldo said in a post-match interview, they're like, what was the difference between your team and theirs? And he said their team had Sean Johnson, or just said Sean Johnson. Not to be confused with Sean O'Sullivan. Everybody other than Jeff was on the Raiders. Wow. The Knights get up.
Who we have? Oh no, Noah's on the Knights as well.
He doesn't count. He's so far down there, he doesn't count.
No, don't. I wouldn't cut him out just yet. This man's got potential. It's exactly where he wants to be at early in the season.
Yeah, and we were all on the Sharks except for Noah, who picked the Wooden Spoon of Dragons. Yeah. That's it. Good stuff. Benny's ladder update of the week. As said, you and I in 8th and 7th. Jeff is in 6th. Axel's in 5th. Lockie's in 4th. Tristan's in 3rd. Harry is in 2nd. And I can't quite make out who's in 1st. Can you see it? It's like blurred out on my screen.
I think it's typo. I think someone spelled their name incorrectly.
Yeah. I think it says Future Body Tech. That's weird.
Yeah. Future Body Tech, and in brackets, Bali Dentistry.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. He cancelled today because he was going to be at the dentist. That's not something you just fucking rock up to Bali and do. Like you just don't get off the plane and walk into plan a dentist appointment and be like, oh, sorry guys, I've got a surprise dentist appointment. Clearly he's over there getting his dead tooth fixed. It was smelly and it was wafting every time we met him. So good for you, Ben, that you're getting the dead tooth fixed. But like, you could, we could have done this yesterday.
Yeah, the time management is breathtakingly non-existent. You don't just rock up and be like, oh, okay, I got a dentist appointment in 2 hours, right? Like he messaged us being like, oh, hey, by the way, can't make it. I got a dentist appointment. Unless you guys wanted to go right now, and you and I are both at work.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
That's the other thing he does is like, it'll be like 1 p.m. or 10 a.m. on a weekday, and he'd be like, oh, sorry guys, can't make it. Do you guys want to go right now? And we're like, okay, Ben, for the 72nd time, we work 9 to 5 jobs, Monday to Friday. Okay, that does not change.
Oh man, and he gets so angry when you try and change him, you know? Like he's sweet to change you. You should be available at the drop of the hat, but when you try to try and bring him in a little bit, no, you're probably going to be number 1. Fuck you.
Yeah, apologies to the viewers, but this is years. Not even years of frustration. This is
like a year and a half.
Just 1 year.
Yeah. It would have been good to have Ben here to talk about this first bit of news that I have. Sua'ali'i, huge dog, backflips on the NRL for big money. Can't blame him. There's a media circus around it. I particularly loved what the Cheese said, how they're going to need more than a $6.5 million winger to beat the All Blacks.
He's only gone for 3 years. I think he'll be about 16 when he comes back, so he'll be able to come back to the Roosters hopefully, and like Peter V'landys said, go over, get that easy money, and then come back to the real sport. 1.6 million could have been spent better on the grassroots of rugby. A $1.6 million winger from the Roosters isn't going to help you beat the All Blacks.
Wow, perfect cheese. That is
perfect
vintage
cheese.
cheddar. That is great. He's been off a little bit, I think, like since joining the Roosters, but that little interview, that's great. To keep more of that cheese. That's perfect. That's why we love you.
He's really good. Have you seen an episode of The Jam and Cheese yet with him and James Graham?
Dude, I've only got there's only 7 days in a week. I cannot listen to as many podcasts.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time, dude. Like there's that many.
I will say he's getting really good. I reckon Cheese might have. I reckon he's setting up his career post career.
Fuck yeah. Well, I'll be here for it when he finishes. Yeah. I can't believe they're allowed to do that. Hey, like I feel like you and I shouldn't be allowed to do this with our jobs, and we're not even a part of the NRL.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's weird.
That's all right. Yeah, that's it's a pretty sweet job if you can do it, if you can become a top line rugby league player and just be well spoken enough and understand the game, like because not many current players are capable of that. I reckon you at least you get a radio job. Yeah.
A coworker of mine said that Isaiah Yeo is dopey. Would you agree with that?
He's certainly got a bit of half giant about him. Like he's got some ogre or troll blood in his ancestry somewhere.
Isaiah Yoga is what you're saying.
Isaiah Yoga.
Yeah.
Sorry, we were talking about Sua'ali'i.
Yeah, tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, so obviously he's signed this 1.6 million a year deal with Rugby Australia from the end of next year. I think that's when they play the World Cup, and maybe 2025, I think. Obviously the Chiefs had a lot to say, saying that they're not going to help the Wallabies beat the All Blacks. Probably not. And Gus Gould fucking teeing off, saying that he should just go immediately. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
He's not a Bulldogs player. Just go.
Yeah. And then Trent Robinson came back and was like, that's ridiculous. Like he's been silly. I think Gus has responded again on his podcast. I don't know what he said, but I don't know. Gus is a little bit butthurt about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you would be. He's an old man. He loves his game. He's spent so much time building all these different clubs to just have someone who's come through those pathways. Although Sua'ali'i did play union in school, so maybe what I'm about to say is not true. But someone who comes through all those pathways to then just backflip on it for money. I don't give a shit about Joseph Sua'ali'i at all. He's supposed to be the next big thing, but he hasn't done anything yet. At least for me. So yeah, do it. Take your money, girl. Go.
Yeah, but it is true. He did play rugby in school. I will say this about rugby. I haven't watched much of it. All I know is rugby is a sport that you only play if you are in private school. And as an adult, you only watch rugby if you're someone who wears a sweater around their shoulders.
Yeah, and has the collar popped as well.
Yeah. Collar popped, sweater around the shoulders.
RM Williams.
Yeah, RM Williams. You have a membership for the best golf course in your city.
Yeah, it's a real race game.
Yeah, you go to a lot of white parties and everyone wears all white.
Shots. That's yep, that's true. Honestly, I can't remember from our public high schooling experience whether or not rugby union was an option. I played league and AFL and netball in school. I don't remember union being an option.
Wow. You played netball?
Yeah, we made you might not have been there. We made an all boys netball team. And we just absolutely obliterated all the girls in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. And then we weren't allowed. The teacher banned us.
Wait, what? Wait, how were you even allowed to do that in the first place?
What do you mean? It was not inter school. It was inside the school. So we weren't versing other schools. Yeah. We were just versing teams that they had made within the school.
I see.
And there might have been 6 teams or something, and ours was the only all boys one. And I think they told us we had to put a girl on the team, or
because that'll balance
or we couldn't play, or you just couldn't continue. And we were like, okay, fine, we'll go play indoor games.
What grade was this?
Yes. Might have been grade 10. Might have been grade 9 or 10, maybe.
Yeah, so this is around the age when like a lot of boys they're pumping with testosterone.
Oh, dude, we were
They're
so aggressive.
they're getting bigger. Like I understand that there were a couple tall girls at our school. There were a couple athletic girls, but like the total amount of tall athletic women to tall athletic men was completely disproportionate.
Yeah.
Like hey, I guess maybe you guys were ahead of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we were definitely ahead of our
Really
time. I
quality.
mean, we were so aggressive and we barely followed the rules. It was great. I couldn't tell you what the rules to netball are now. Holy shit. I know there's like your position you have to be like within your certain area as a position, but we were just playing it like it was basketball. It was great. And we won.
I would love to see like a sports documentary style thing. You know how it's like they do those about like underdog teams who come up and like defy the odds. Just an underdog sports documentary about your all male except one female netball team.
Yeah.
And it's just the complete opposite. It portrays you as underdogs, and every match is you just fucking dominating and just like elbowing women, girls to the ground and shit.
So we forced one of our players to come out as trans. Lyle's trans.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you force one of your male players to transition, so you
so that's our female player. Yeah.
That was a good tangent.
That was a great tangent, yeah. Clint Gutherson has no X factor. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, he's got no X factor whatsoever.
Zero fucking X factor. How do you fucking feel, dude? Holy shit. But yeah, whatever's best for the club, but behind closed doors, I'd be fucking livid. I've carried this club on my fucking back. What are you talking about? He's got no X factor. You went to the grand final last year. What are you talking about? Why? Give me your thoughts, Matt.
I don't know. I'm confused. Why would you even move Gutherson? He's one of probably maybe top 5 fullback in the game, maybe 4th or 5th best. I don't know.
Like who's better than him? Latrell?
Teddy.
We got Pappenhausen, Teddy. Pappenhausen when he's fit. Kalen Ponga like 2 years ago, maybe.
Not Ponga. Probably Turbo, Teddy, Latrell.
That's all I'm saying. Like Reece Walsh is unproven. That I'm looking at these teams here. No one's jumping out at me. He's top 5.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's the number 1 fullback in the game, AJ Brimson. But and I think we'll know that by the end of the season. But I mean, Gutho's a great fullback. The reports I've seen, some people they're saying that maybe they want to bring Jaden Campbell in because he's stuck behind Brimson. At least not right now.
Stay the fuck away, cunt.
Yeah, please stay away because Brimson's now injured.
I think Jaden Campbell is signed for a long time.
I'm not sure, but they let players go from the contracts early all the time. But I mean, as it is right now, he's not the first choice fullback, and he's probably maybe 1 year away from being that. So maybe they bring him in, but even if they do bring him, I don't see him like starting games. The other name I saw tossed up was Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, which I would be more down with if they say wanted to bring RTS in and then say Gutho plays center, because I don't know because RTS is in rugby. I have no idea how he's been going over there. Again, I don't follow the game at all. I just wonder if he still got it.
I think I read recently the RTS doesn't have any plans to come back to NRL. This is like within the last week. I think he wants to go over to Japanese rugby union and make $1 million over there, I think.
Okay.
That's what I read recently, but I could not source that. Jaden Campbell signed until 2024, so next year, the end of next year. So that's possibly. It'd be weird seeing like what's he gonna do in Parramatta? Like what's he gonna do down there? Jaden Campbell. All his friends and family are up here.
Yeah. I don't know, but I even if he went down there, I could see him doing the same thing he's doing now, just being a 14 off the bench and come on after like 20 minutes, and then
he's still so small. He needs to like eat whatever the fuck Latrell's eating and do that gym routine, because they're more or less the same height. I think he just needs to chunk out.
Wait, you reckon Campbell's same height as Latrell?
Okay,
I think Latrell's a big boy height wise.
Jaden Campbell, height 183. Latrell, I can't.
He's 193.
Latrell. Okay, so 10 centimeters. That's not that much. What's 10 centimeters? Like this?
Oh, that's pretty big
That's
difference.
heaps. That's actually a pretty big difference. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to eat more, would be my suggestion to you, Jaden Campbell, famous listener of the show. Yeah, warning signs for Parramatta. I think they're going down the table. Jack Wighton hates Canberra is my final bit of news here. Wants to test his value on the open market. I'm going to ask you, where do you see, like, he's going to stay with the Raiders, I think. But if he is going to go somewhere, I could see him going to the Sharks. I see maybe Matt Moylan getting hit by a bus and dying on impact, and Jackie Wighton just casually slops into that slop.
Okay, slops.
Slops into the slip.
Slops and slides.
Where do you see him going?
Yeah, Dragons. Sharks. That's not a bad one. I say it's probably likely that he stays for more cash. Just testing his value on the open market so his manager can get him maybe a better deal. But in saying that, I mean, Dolphins could probably use him.
Dolphins is another realistic option. Yeah.
It just really depends how Katoa goes. I think Sullivan's a good 7. Maybe Katoa/Sullivan, whoever turns out to be the better 7, Wighton could go there. Other than that, I mean, Tigers could probably. I mean, right now they're playing Wakeham as 5'8".
Yeah, I mean, Tigers could use a complete roster change other than Isaiah Papali'i and Bateman and Dewey. Put Dewey back at 6.
I don't know what to do there. I mean, Dragons. I mean, they're running with like Amone/O'Sullivan at 5'8". Not great
Dragons
options.
Could use him. Yeah.
The Knights. I mean, Kalen Ponga is probably one more head knock away from retiring. So I mean, they could probably use them too. And there's a whole bunch of teams who could use a good 5'8".
Yeah, I think my idea with the Sharks was that because I was talking to my coworker who's a Raiders fan, and he said that he would want to leave to win a premiership, which I told him that ship sailed a few years ago. But realistically, if he wants to win a prem, it's the Sharks. I don't see the Knights winning a premiership. I don't see the Raiders winning a premiership in the next 4 years, right? I mean, in 4 years, anything could happen. I think if he wants to get the most money, it'll be the Tigers.
Yes, well, we know that.
Yeah.
that's where you get your dollary dues. But it's not necessarily where you win.
I think Dolphins is a good bet, realistically. Dolphins. If Katoa, by all accounts, is a better 7 than he is a 6, and Sean O'Sullivan is fucked with his pectoral injury, but still, Sean O'Sullivan is still so good. I don't know. We'll see. Watch this space. Yeah, it's fun. I think he'll stay at Raiders.
And only watch Just the Tip, by the way, for all your NRL news. We get it. We announce it after all the other news sources.
Yep.
But at that point, we have all the information. Therefore, our analysis is the best.
The best. Watch out for it. It's coming to you every Thursday morning in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, coming from, 2 guys who, I have never played a single second of a proper rugby league game. Best I've done is touch. I don't know what your experience is, Mike.
I had 2 high school NRL games on the wing.
Yep. and then we've got Ben. So there's nothing we don't know.
I played a lot of AFL though, to be fair, for club. We should, whenever you guys want to just swap over to AFL, you just let me know.
Nah.
Let's get in some tipping. What do you think? What's the name of the show? Just the tip? Let's tip.
Let's tip.
Thursday night. The Thursday night games have been really spicy. Hey, like like every Thursday night game is spicy as fuck, and this one's no exception. Sydney Roosters versus the Parramatta Eels. Should be a close one. I think there's value in Parramatta here, paying $2.38. Let's have a look at these teams. I'm not seeing a lot of difference here. That's Raiders. Why do they put the thing at the top? I've said way too much. Does my head in.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Roosters bench is fine, just kind of mixed up. Jack Murchie's back from head knock. Yeah,
Manu's
nothing much.
out.
More Manu's out?
Yeah, he's suspended.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Drew Hutchison's the center there. For the Eels, Junior Polo suspended, which I think is a bigger blow.
Yeah, that's huge.
and they've got Wiramu Greig starting. By the way, Wiramu Greig, great name for a D&D character. And he actually also kind of looks like a D&D character. I don't know if you've seen him. Yeah, he looks like just like a big, thick barbarian.
Like a hobgoblin.
Yeah, he's a bit of a hobgoblin.
Let's have a look. Wiramu Greig. Who you got for this one, man?
I think I spent the most time on this game tipping this one. This is really hard. Like obviously the Eels, they got that. They exacted revenge for the grand final loss to the Panthers in a fucking great game, by the way.
Heck of a game.
And I just don't know whether they'll be still up for it. Maybe their confidence is back. Maybe they're emotionally drained after beating Penrith. Meanwhile, the Roosters, they're coming off their bye. But the Chief said on his podcast that apparently they did not get a week off. They pretty much had like a mini preseason. The coach blasted him, got them, made sure that they were still fit. I think based on that information, I'll say the Roosters are raring to go. Eels maybe, coming down off the high after beating Penrith. I'll say Roosters win 8 points.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be closer. I think it'll be a little bit 4 points. The Eels will be up for this one, but I agree. I feel like their feet are going to be in the upward position. They'll be like, yep, we did it. We won the grand final mentally. And they're going to be like, oh shit, we're still in the meat grinder. Holy fuck. So yeah, I've got the Chooks on this one. Next game, Friday night, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. for me. Okay, Ben stopped calling me.
Wait, how many times did he call you?
Let's have a look.
How many missed calls?
At least 2 here. Let's have a look. 4.
4 times.
What's up, dog? Yeah, here we go. Raiders, Panthers. What do we got here? The margin game. I think I'm going to give it to the Panthers. Raiders have got Jamal Fogarty is out, right? To which Wolford is it Wolford? Who's coming in for them?
I would probably guess what's his name?
Frawley.
Frawley. I always get mixed up with Schneider.
Greatest hairline in the game, Matt Frawley.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the same guy, Matt Frawley?
Similar hairline to Isaiah Yeo. Head shape. His head shape is a long head.
Yeah, that is exactly who I was thinking of when I said that. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of gaps in this Raiders defense, of which the personnel of Zach Hosking will be able to punch through. I've got the Panthers here. I think the Panthers, I never put a margin more than 13. I've got the Panthers by 12 here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I have to go with the Panthers here. Obviously, the Raiders, Wighton's out. He's probably one of their biggest attacking weapons. They do get Rapana back from suspension. For the Panthers, Luke Garner, he's rested, so Sorensen's on the edge with Hosking, who was very good stats-wise last week. But Sonny Luke is out, replaced by Tyrone Peachy, former Tigers captain, on the bench.
Spicy.
The stats-wise, I actually looked back at the records. Penrith have won their last 4 games against Canberra. Mind you, Penrith probably have good records against most teams these days. I think Panthers win. Margin, I'll say 10 points.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, who the fuck's back? Who did you say was back? Rapana is back. He's just going to get suspended in the first 10 minutes again anyway. He loves a shoulder charge, that cunt.
He does. Gets into his work.
He loves it. Next game we've got a spicy 7 p.m. Friday's actually going to be the night to watch footy, I think.
Oh, Friday's the night.
Friday's the night. We've got the Storm versus the Rabbitohs here. Bunny's coming off a famous win against the Storm, who are still, I feel, a little bit underdone. Who did the Storm beat last week?
Tigers.
Tigers, yeah. That was just a practice game. Tigers did look a little bit there, but the Storm were more or less all over them. I'm going to take... no, you go. I'll go back to you. What are you going to do? And I'll agree with it.
This is another really tough one. Historically, the Storm have, I think, their best record against the Rabbitohs than they have against any club, or one of. They usually spank them. But in saying that, this isn't the Storm team of years gone by. They're still missing Jerome Hughes. even though they beat the so yeah, Pappy as well. For the Rabbitohs, they get Hame Sele back from concussion. Really tough one to tip. But I think I'm gonna go with the Rabbitohs.
Yeah,
8 points. I'll say 8 points. Rabbitohs win.
Yeah. Look at that. Jack Howarth is in the number 22 jersey. How about that?
Hey!
Has he ever been so close?
Yeah, I think he's hung around a couple times. Yeah, one of the most famous fantasy players of all time to have never played a NRL game.
Yeah, I wonder what his ownership is right now. Hang on, let's have a look. If it's more than 10%, that's ridiculous. Hang on, Howarth. It's 4.2% owned. That's
disgraceful.
What about Valence? How many people have got Valence? I can't wait until Valence Teware plays. It's gonna be great. 6.6. Man, that was at like fucking 50% preseason.
People who just don't pay attention to rugby league.
Exactly. Saturday games. These are not too bad games either, other than the last one. I'm probably going to be down the park. I'm babysitting a 15-year-old dog this weekend.
Oh, that's cute.
Well, not babysitting. Jess has got a Mad Paws account, so I'm fucking signed up to that as well, it would seem.
Wait, what's Mad Paws?
It's sort of like kind of like Airbnb, but for people looking after your dogs. You know, you put your profile in there, like I can look after this breed, like this size of dog with this temperament. I've got this sort of area, and then like, you know, people will be like, I need someone to look after my dog this weekend. Can you do that? And how much do you charge? It's like, I charge $25 a night. That's on the app as well.
Oh, so can you set your own prices?
Yeah, set your own prices. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that dog is going to be getting dropped off tomorrow, I think, and I might even still have it by next Tuesday. So we'll see. I'll get it on. What are these photos? Ben's sending me a bunch of photos, just with him and a bunch of Balinese people and a dog, and yeah, that's great stuff. Enjoying his holiday.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna put these photos up on the screen now, and there's one very, very disturbing photo with him in some sort of large goblin vampiric demon.
What is that?
That's a good question.
You're the mythological beast guy. What is this thing?
Maybe it's some sort of it looks a little bit like a vampire from The Witcher. Maybe
Bruxa.
Yeah, also maybe a bit of a Chupacabra vibes.
But its guts are coming out. It's all woundy.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that.
He definitely stopped on the side of his road and got off his moped to take a photo with that.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's still wearing his helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'll probably be looking after this dog, watching these games, maybe in the park having a picnic at this point. Wishing I was watching the Manly Seagulls absolutely destroy the Newcastle Knights. Although I did hear within the last couple of hours that everybody's favourite fat guy, Josh Schuster, might be out this week with some sort of injury. So maybe might flip on that one. Who have you got for this one?
Yeah, I mean, hard to not tip the Manly Sea Eagles here. This game's at Glen Willow Oval in Mudgee, so not in Manly there. Yes, obviously I've seen the news that Schuster might be out. Probably just getting his cataracts checked. Also, Kula.
He's gonna be on one of those machines that like has a belt and it rubs you on the side and gets your abs tight.
Yeah, getting his laser eye surgeries at the same time. Cola, he's out injured, so Morgan Harper comes back in, the 70s detective.
I'm feeling the Knights now. Morgan Harper's playing. I feel like it's going to be the Knights, hey?
Well, all right. But like also get Lachlan Croker back from a shoulder injury. He's back at hooker. For the Knights, they've lost Kurt Mann to concussion, so Jack Johns is the starting 13. Greg Marshue, former Titan, he keeps his wing spot after a big performance last weekend.
He killed it last weekend. Yeah,
good for him. I think Newcastle, they're still not got all their troops back. They're tough. They play tough, but I think this is the type of game where Turbo gets 3 try assists, and the Manly win by 12 points.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet. I hope Turbo doesn't. I hope Turbo has one of those quiet games because Lockie's got him in his fantasy team, and I'm versing Lockie this week. So
I apologize. I'll take it back.
I want 30 points out of Tom Trbojevic, and that's it. So you think Manly? I think Manly as well, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that game for the week. Could flip on that. This is a tough week to tip. Dragons versus Dolphins. Dragons at home. Have Dragons more or less fully have their entire team, right?
I mean, if you can call it that.
Aaron Woods is out. Is Aaron Woods in for the Eagles? No, not yet.
He rarely ever starts anyways. He's usually just in the reserves. He's past it, Woodsy.
That's a huge example of talk shit, get kicked,
What's he even talking shit?
He talks shit. He was the guy start of the season. I'll have to find it, but he's the one that was talking absolute shit about the Dragons preseason. I'm gonna have to find it in the group chat whilst you tell me who you have for this game.
Okay, I think it may seem like Anthony Griffin might be on borrowed time here after getting spanked by Nico Hines last week. The Dragons still have the same 17. But the Dolphins, we spoke at the top of the show, but O'Sullivan is not around anymore. So Katoa and Milford are the halves. They do get Jeremy Marshall-King back from suspension, so that's good. And Herman Esayasa, who starts a prop. I think the Dolphins absolutely in that game against the Broncos last week. Probably unlucky to lose. They had a bunch of injuries. I think the Dolphins bounce back here. I think they win, not necessarily by a large amount. I think they win by 8 points.
Yeah, I think I agree. I feel like there's value in the Dolphins here. What are they paying? Like $2?
Wait, the Dolphins are not the favorites?
Dolphins are not the favorites. No, Dragons are the favorites by about 20 cents. So there's not much in it. I think the loss of Sean O'Sullivan is a really big deal. But I mean, it's just dependent on whether or not Katoa is going to be good or not. And I'm sorry for looking down, but I'm scrolling through our group chat. It's from weeks ago.
What are you looking for?
Here it is. I just have the screenshot of James Graham blowing up Deluxe for a little snitch in the Dragons ranks. And it was Aaron Woods. I can't remember what it was. In the comments, let us know. 25th of February, I posted that meme. Remind us what it was. Rugby league history. That's you, bro.
Yeah.
That's you, bro. Next game, Saturday. Should be able to turn the TV off for this one. I feel like the Broncos are going to absolutely run over the Tigers. I love watching the Tigers. Hey, I don't if I'm not doing anything and the Tigers are playing, I'll chuck it on. I love it. They're a fucking mess, dude. It's great.
Yeah.
It's like when the Olympics is on and it's just like something fucking random that you don't care about is on. It's like, oh yeah, I'll watch whitewater rafting, kayaking or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'll put this on. It's just a mess and I love them. And the Broncos are going to absolutely destroy them. Broncos at home again. Wow. Who you got?
Yeah, they're at home a lot this year. They play away games to Dolphins at Suncorp. They have played an away game during Magic Round at Suncorp. Fucking honestly, the Broncos, I hate them. They just fucking get everything, don't they?
They're the worst.
But yeah, this is the only undefeated team this season going up against the only winless team this season. And yeah, as you said before, watching the Tigers, it's like hate watching a bad reality show. You just you enjoy it, but it's not in the same way as you would enjoy, say, like a Breaking Bad or a seasons 1 through 5 Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
For the Tigers, Dewey still at fullback, but they get 3 changes on the bench. Laurie, Seyfarth, and Bloor are all out. Simkin, Matamua, and Toa come in. Here's a crazy stat, though. The Tigers have won their last 4 games against Brisbane straight.
Really?
And 3 of those games were at Suncorp Stadium.
Huh.
And I can smell an upset in the air.
I don't think that's an upset you smell, dude.
However,
I think it's a shitty Tigers team.
I smell an upset in the air, but I do not have the testicles to tip it. So I'm going to say Broncos win 12 points, but watch this space. I think this Broncos may get complacent. Tigers are fucking desperate. could be the game.
Yeah, Tigers might come lashing out. Remember when I said that like the Tigers are going to be the only team to finish last year and do worse the following year?
Yep. You said it. You've said it.
Fucking Nostradamus over here, man. Fuck, man. I didn't think it'd be this bad. Next game, Sunday fun day. Not a poo slinging Sunday. These are all good teams. They've rotated the poo slingers out. Sharks v Warriors. Sharks at home. Nico Hines is back, right? And he's back. He's hot. He's flanging. What's the weather doing down there at the moment?
I checked it.
Yeah.
And it's raining.
That's why I asked. Oh, yeah.
It's
Sharks
raining
13 plus.
Sunday.
Sharks 100 plus for this one. Despite the Warriors being more or less full strength, I feel like, the Sharks are going to get it over here. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah,
Is Tohu going to play?
Who knows? Named despite what looked to be a serious knee injury. That's what at least NRL Physio on Twitter thought. They do lose Tamari Martin, though, with concussion. But they get Wade Egan back. But yeah, Sharks look really good. Really dangerous with Hines back. He could go back-to-back Dally M's. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. But yeah, as we know, scientifically, if it's raining, Hines gets wet. His hair gets wet. He plays better. Sharks win by exactly 14 points in this game.
That's a good bet. I don't hate that bet. I've just realized that I don't have the comments open.
That's all right. We got time.
Final game of the round. Did I say Sharks? Yeah, I feel like Sharks easy here. The Warriors have been very good, but yeah, Sharks easy. Last game of the round. Not going to be watching this one. I can guarantee you that. The Bulldogs versus the Cowboys. Bulldogs at home. It's a pretty close one. Cowboys have not been their yesteryear self, and the Bulldogs are desperate for a scrappy win. They came very close last week. I think I'm going to take the Bulldogs here, even though the Cowboys are slightly favourites. I think my my little doggy doys get up here over the Cowboys. What do you think?
Well, finally we've come to a game where we disagree.
Finally.
I'm on the Cowboys here.
Yeah.
Now, in saying that, Josh Reynolds, he is playing his first game for the Dogs since 2017. He is a super popular player amongst the fans for his hustle and his love for the club. So good for him. There's a great story that Gus Gould told about Josh Reynolds, how he basically hustles his way back into the squad. Like, he's pretty much playing it over in England. Career's almost over. He basically rings up Gus and was just like, hey, man, I just want to kind of just come around and just kind of like help out the club. I'll do anything. I'll work in admin. I'll scrub the toilets, anything you want.
That's
and
beautiful.
the coach was like, oh, you know what? Come over and we'll just get you to like around the training group and just kind of, see if you can help the younger kids. See, we'll just find something for you. He gets over there and then he's just like, hey, you mind if I just train with the boys? Just like, I'm happy to do that, but I just want to get out there and train with them. And they're like, yeah, all right, cool, sounds good. And then he was like, can I do a training trial? Just train with the team in the hopes maybe I get a contract. And they were like, yeah, all right, sounds good.
All right.
Goes through the preseason and he has a couple training sessions where he's like filling in for someone at 5'8", helping run the team. And the coach is just like, man, he's fucking leading these boys around. Like the team starts playing better when he's like barking orders. And then eventually Josh is like, oh man, do you think I could maybe make the top 30 squad? And then I think he said it to I can't remember who he said it, like, exactly how the story goes, but basically Gus goes over to the coach and coach, what's his name? Cameron Serraldo.
Yep.
And he's like, what do you think? Should we put Josh Reynolds in the top 30? And then Cameron Serraldo's like, yeah, right.
He's just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Call him over. But fucking Josh Reynolds just fucking hustling his way.
He just, climbed that ladder. So just like said the right things to the right people. I respect it. That's great. And here he is with a 14 on his back.
Absolutely. What good hustle. And yeah, he's getting rewarded here. In saying that, I do think the Cowboys will win. They do lose Taulagi and Shibasaki. They've got
doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
Nanai as well. Nanai.
yeah, Nanai's suspended, but Lukey is on the edge, and I think Lukey's got
He's
big
just as good.
potential.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's just something in my gut that's telling me Cowboys here, even though they haven't been spectacular this season. I'll say Cowboys by 4 points.
Yeah. Dogs by 6. And that's me. All right. What do we got here? Let's go to the comments from our last week's episode. Not much happening in the comments. It says 9, but I think it counts our responses, which is annoying. First comment here is from Harry. Harry says, Ben's never been afraid to tackle the big issues with the game and come out swinging. But Harry loves an emoji, by the way, just as a little side note. That cunt loves an emoji. Only way to keep both sides happy, mandatory headgear.
Yeah, I remember this.
All equipped with 3 capsules that contain fresh eggs. After a tackle, if they pop open, egg is cracked. That's a good tackle cunt. Egg is omelette consistency. Let's take a look at that. Egg is cooked omelette. Send him off. So, like, how does that work? Does, like, the force of the tackle turn the egg into an omelette?
Yeah, I don't know if he thought it through that much when he's come up with this idea. I like the wavelength it's going on.
Yeah.
I think about the logistics of that. Like every time you get in a tackle, they're basically like the trainers. There's gonna be trainers on both teams replacing the eggs.
Yeah.
After every tackle. I wonder how many eggs should go through a game.
So many. Well, how many players are in a side per game? 17. So 3 eggs. Hang on, calculator.
I'll tell you what.
3 times 17.
I'm gonna look this up. All right, ready?
17.
All right, so the Eels
51
Panthers
times 2 equals 102 eggs minimum.
100. Wait, hold on. Let's look at this. Wait.
Divided by 12 equals 8.5 tons.
Here we go. Here's what I'm looking for. Defense tackles made. So in the Eels Panthers game, the Panthers made 441 tackles. The Eels made 361 tackles. You think in every tackle there are at least 2 people. So there's probably 2 eggs getting cracked in each tackle. So we times that by 2. You're looking at 1,604 eggs cracked.
Divide that by 12.
Divided by 12, you've got 133.66 cartons. And then you probably lose another maybe 2 cartons just for slippage. The trainer may drop them. Maybe someone.
We're gonna need an egg trainer out there. We're gonna need an extra trainer with, instead of water bottles, he's got like 2 big pouches of eggs.
Yep. That's right.
And you fucking know the Roosters are boiling their eggs before the game. You fucking know it.
Yes, for sure. Yes, they're hard boiling the eggs.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's genius.
It's a good idea, but yeah, we need to workshop it.
Yeah.
Rugby league history says, I don't know what's going on with St. George, honestly. When I were growing up, the club rarely missed the finals and were either a very competitive side or a contender. These days, 2 finals appearances since 2011. Shocking. Yeah, probably because I'm wearing the shorts, to be honest, rugby league history. But yeah, not looking good. They're just one of those bottom dwellers like us, the Titans.
I say fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck the Dragons.
I agree.
Someone has to be bad. And in my opinion, better off them, ideally the Broncos, but if it's not the Broncos, I'll say Dragons. I just don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, the Dragons. I don't give a shit. You know what? I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit about the Cowboys, to be honest.
I also kind of feel that way.
I don't give a fuck about the Cowboys.
Yeah, but ever since JT left, the real JT, interest is just kind of waned. Yeah.
Adam Gutho is back.
Adam Gutho is back.
How happy are you that Adam Gutho is back?
I'm so pleased.
I'm so excited.
The man's like cadence in the way he types is one of a kind.
Yeah, fuck yous are still going. Ha ha ha. Kafusi didn't deserve 4-game ban, but up the Broncos. Broncos win by 12. Did they?
I think they won by 6.
Oh, suck a dick, Adam. Suck a fucking dick.
Kafusi, didn't deserve that 4-game suspension.
He didn't. He really didn't.
No. Yeah, especially after like looking at like the similar tackles they used in the defense, like a Sua'ali'i hitting, I can't remember who it was, but someone from the back in the ribs and got no suspension. Even though I know Kafusi had carryover points.
Yeah.
Still, I don't know.
People can change. You know. The G Spot writes, "Congratulations, Matt, on carrying this episode. Mike claims he got a massage from a jeans-wearing masochist when he really had a happy ending massage from a guy in a G-string and a tank top. Ben just looked like a guy that failed a HIA. I'd bench him for 11 weeks if I were the producers of Just the Tip. Well, he's been benched for 1 week. Self-benched for 1 week, I guess.
Self-bench. Yeah, he's getting his teeth fixed.
Yeah. Getting that dead tooth sorted out.
Maybe you wonder, maybe that's why he's like so obsessed with like terrible teeth on NRL players.
Yeah.
He brought it up several times last year.
He did. He even gave out an award for it.
I think he's projecting. I think he's projecting his own insecurities.
It's probably just like one of those things that he's in his own head about. Like he thinks that he has really bad teeth, but we're all just transfixed on how disgusting his skin is. So like he's like, if I get my teeth fixed, people will respect me, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and we talk about his skin behind his back all the time.
Yeah. I just talked to him to his face. He's got skin like a slug. It's like always wet and it's real like ripply. It's slow moving as well. Like, you know when you touch a slug and it like reacts real slow? Every time I hug him, and he's like wet all the time, you know? Have you not noticed?
No, I've not. Oh. Does he glisten?
Yeah. Have you not seen him glisten? Like the top of his head is constantly glistening.
I mean, it's shiny. Next time I see him, I'll have to look at his slug-like skin.
It's glistening, dude. He's a slug man.
All right, slug-like skin might be the name of this episode.
Okay, good. Write down. We didn't have many good contenders. We're both on the Roosters. This will be easy for me. We're both on the Roosters. We're both on the Panthers. We're both on the Rabbitohs. We're both on the Eagles. We're both on the Dolphins. We're both on the Broncos. We're both on the Sharks. You are on the Cowboys. I am on the Bulldogs. That's it. That's it for this episode.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go.
Going back to the first thing we spoke about at the top of this episode, wrestling.
Okay. I'm just going to be your mum.
If you were a wrestler, what would be your like gimmick? What would be your character?
Can I be son of the Undertaker?
Yep, son of Undertaker. Well, because Kane was technically his brother.
Okay.
Lore-wise.
So my Uncle Kane. Kane?
Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah, Uncle Kane. So Kane.
Kane. It sounds like you're saying Kane.
Kane. K-A-N-E. Yeah, you know Kane with the mask, and he wore like a red tights.
Yeah, I know Kane.
Yeah, of course. Canonically, he died in a fire when him and the Undertaker were children, or at least was thought to have died. And I think the Undertaker maybe started the fire by accident, killed the whole family, but Kane didn't actually die. And then that's why he wore the mask, because he was all disfigured by the flame and he came back for vengeance. Okay. So there's already there's a Taker family going on there. What would be your wrestler name?
Sundertaker, just off the top of my head.
Ooh, Sundertaker. Or Overtaker?
Overtaker. No, Sun, but with S-O-N. Sundertaker.
Yeah.
Get ready, because I feel like you're going to have to ask another guy this question. What would your wrestling gimmick be?
It's a good question. I think I would I would play a heel, so that's a bad guy. Who is just like a massive D&D nerd, and I take a little bag of dice into the ring with me, and when people are watching, I throw them on the ground. Oh, hey, look who it is.
Wait a minute.
Oh, who's this guy?
Okay, we up to, boys?
We're finished.
We're wrapping up.
Yeah, we're done.
Just quickly go through the games. Just tell me who's playing who, and I'll put them now.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Just a Tip. Leave your comments and likes in the below. We appreciate everything. I really like the dice idea, the D&D nerd. Tip with your head, not over it. Everybody have a good night. Thank you.
See yous.
Bye.